Hello. Hi, Elaine. Yes, I am feeling way better. And I apologize for you not being able to see me on my camera as usual, but unfortunately, my upper bridge broke. And I have to wait like 2.5 months for an appointment. So, for a while, you will not see my face. So, we'll see how fast that gets. Okay, so I want to show you how you can do a little bit of a different retro cane, because I was looking at all the retro canes that I've seen. They are all in very flashy colors, if you want. And while that is good because you can use a whole bunch if you do like me, and when you save your scrap clay you kind of put it by colors so that you'll have some kind of reddish, some kind of greenish, some kind of bluish, and it's an awesome way to use your scrap clay. I thought of making one that has a little bit of a theme, and this theme I decided to make it with some pale pastels. So I'm going to make two different retro canes. One of them has pale blue, this is all primo, pale blue and mint green, and the other one has light pink and lavender. So the way that we are going to make this, I'm going to first grab some pieces of clay and make a sausage. But yeah, the apologies for again rescheduling and stuff, but I can tell you one thing. While I am very happy to not have any kind of digestive system side effects from Ozempic, it's kicking my butt, and when it comes to sleepiness and tiredness and fatigue. And I did talk to my doctor's nurse, and she said that it is quite common because at this moment my body was used to a much higher level of sugar, and with Ozempic it lowers my blood sugar, obviously. So with less blood sugar, obviously I'm going to be more fatigued, and I've also eliminated even more the carbs in my diet. So I am looking to get everything that I eat to have a glycemic index like under 40 or so, under 30 if possible, even lower. And because of that, obviously I am quite tired all the time. Okay, so I'm going to give this. So I'm making one sausage out of one color and a second sausage out of the other color. And as usual, it's first I make a bead and then I get that bead into a sausage. So yeah, pretty much I didn't realize that it was going to mess up my Sunday, because I did move that time of the shot Friday evening instead of Friday morning, because about 12 hours after the shot I start getting all that jerkiness and I cannot sleep. Hi Sharon. So I thought if I do the shot Friday evening I'll be able to sleep, and then I won't be able to sleep during the day, which is normal. But no, it decided to make me all kind of sleepy Sunday too, and I was sleepy Saturday as well. So I'm seeing my doctor on the 14th, on August 14th, and I'm going to ask her, because I did see online that you can change the date, but I want to ask her if it is, and I guess it will all depend on how my blood work comes back, if it is better to go forward or to go backwards, because I would like to change it to Monday or Tuesday, so that way it will be at the beginning of the week, and it wouldn't mess up my weekend. Alrighty. So and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in two. And I'm going to cut this in two. And I'm going to put these together. Make sure that they are well put together. I'm going to cut here the very ends to be nice. So this will be a delicate color overall. It will not be something flashy. But I don't know about yourself, but I know a lot of my friends, they that are around my age, they like pastel colors, especially in summer. So this should be just perfect. And if you have one of these colors, you can make these with whatever colors are on your outfit. It doesn't have to be. Okay, let me get this a couple more. Nope, needs more. A straight line here, and this will go over the green. So your first worry is to make sure that it goes perfectly over the line here. And that it is well. I'm measuring here, and then I'm going to measure here. have my measuring so I can cut. And then I will do the same with this one. Needs a couple more too. No, it needs one more time, one or two more times. Okay, no, it should be just fine. And if you're asking yourself, why am I doing two different sets of colors? Because I'm going to put them together when I create the cane. Okay, so needs to be like this so I can see what I'm doing. It is very hard. On this one I didn't realize it would be so hard to work under the camera. I would normally bring this towards my face. You need to make sure that this stays together. And then the same as I did with the other one, I'm going to get myself a measuring line. Hey. I didn't make the cut visible enough. What the heck is going on? It helps when you cut with the sharp edge, not with the blunt edge. Is a bit too far. And I'm saying that it's hard to work under the camera. Some things are easy, some things not so much. I'm talking about working under the camera. Okay. So now we are good, and this is going to be my first retro cane. Making sure it doesn't get too long as I'm manipulating it. Okay, so this will be one of them. Get this clay out of the way. And then I'm doing the exact same thing with the light pink and the lavender. How is the weather where you are? Did you get any kind of cooling off? Because here we did get, over the weekend, temperatures in the low 80s. And at night it went as low as 69, which was like, oh my God. Cannot believe it. Now, if you ask if you can do this with pearlescence, yes, you can, and it's going to come up really nice. You probably do not have, because Scalpy got a little confused. I don't know, or maybe they were making stuff with what they had. Because, for example, I know for a fact that lavender and the light blue, about a year ago, came in pearl as well. No, it's not in pearl anymore, or I think only one of them is in pearl. Let me check here. Let me check. So, no, none of them is in pearl anymore. They do have a grayish pearl, something like that. But no more. And when I'm saying that, yes, I do have it. Actually, give me a second. And I know I got it from Trish. So this is the pale blue. You can see it's pearly. This is the lavender. Show it. You can see it's pearly. So I have no idea what they are doing. It's probably a matter of supply, you know. Okay. Pink. I'm going to have to go after this. I'm going to have to go outside. I am struggling with a very, very upsetting issue right now. Even if my cats are not outdoor cats, you know how you can bring flea eggs in the house, put dust on your shoes. Anyway, so I normally get my flea meds from New Zealand because they're much cheaper than here. They're exactly the same thing. only they're about half the price. And with 3 cats, you can imagine it can get spendy. So I had the Revolution Plus, which normally worked wonders in the last like 4 years. And I applied it on them. After about a week, I started seeing fleas. There were no fleas when I applied it. Okay, so I comb them. I cannot wash them because they are too big and too strong for my hands. So even after the second application, nothing happened. So I went ahead and I got some Frontline Plus. It's like I gave them super vitamins or something. I've been putting that amaceous earth all over the house. I ordered Advantage 2. And my poor babies, they are so unhappy because you can imagine they are getting bit. And it's driving me nuts because they cry, especially Finnegan cries a lot. And I am not, as I said, I cannot wash them myself. But what I do, I have a bowl that I put Dawn in, and I use the flea comb dipped in that bowl. And they did get a little bit less, like in the last 3 or 4 days. But they are still there, so I'm very upset about that. So hopefully the Advantage and the diatomaceous earth will work, because it breaks my heart to hear Finnegan crying. And on the other hand, it's a good thing is that finally Seamus learned how to eat lickable treats, because he had no idea how to. He was just going around the other two while they were eating, and whenever I would put it to his nose, he would be like, what is this? I don't know how to deal with this. But finally, he started learning. It's kind of like half of the time he's chomping on it, but alrighty, so I am good. And talking about these new colors, I think that they are absolutely fabulous, especially the lavender, which is exactly, in my opinion, exactly the color of lilac if you want to make lilac flowers. And the same is the light pink, because there's all those pink lilac flowers. And then I had another upset, all kinds of upsets. I had another upset because I thought of trying another food for them. It's called Forza 10 and it's with low phosphorus because remember, Finnegan needs low phosphorus food because of the health issues he had. And like an idiot, I bought 2 bags. And they deemed it not cat food. So I had to wait until I ordered their old cat food and until that came over and got delivered. There was another waiting time and they were already upset about the fleas. I swear I do not understand. There are certain things I do not understand the reason of being, you know. I mean, okay, I can understand that mosquitoes are also pollinators, the males, not the females. But you know what? I'm sure that because always in an ecosystem, whenever something disappears, something else will jump and take its place. So I am absolutely sure that if mosquitoes would disappear as pollinators, something else would take their place. But because they cause more deaths and disease than they do good as pollinators. And the same is for fleas and ticks and all that. They do nothing good. Why do they even exist? Just to torture us. If there was, I'm normally against genetic manipulation, but for this kind of pests I would be completely for. And I know that they started doing that on mosquitoes. Okay, now let's measure this one here. I'm not putting it under the camera because you've already seen. Part is still too big. Okay, now bats. That's the only thing I can think of. Bats and possums. Okay, so let's grab the square one. But again, considering the adaptability, I am sure that something else would take their place. So I'm going to use this big square. So let's do the blue end. It's a little bit long, but I can flatten it in. I love the Makins extruder. I'm telling you that. Walnut Creek one I had, it was killing my hands. I forgot that it leaves these on the tile. And no, if you want, you can put an edge, but I thought that I just want it to be super pastel. There he goes, crying again. Finnegan! I don't know if you can hear him. And yes, you need to wipe these because they will stain the clay. Okay, so let's grab this backwards. And as I was saying, you can do it with pearlescent. You don't have to. The only thing that you need is white, and you can just make these pastels, and it would look even more shiny and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to clean this first before putting the pink in it. And remember, I showed you before, but I'm going to explain it again. Whenever you clean your extruder, I'm looking for a needle. Whenever you clean your extruder, you need to go with the needle along the threads in here. Now, I'm not going to clean it now, but just to show you, you just start on one end and just keep doing that. So let's get this one in. He usually wants lobbies. He just wants me to pick him up and hold him and maybe even brush him. No, he just sits in the... And he decided he wants to lay down only in front of the TV, on the TV stand. So I don't mind, but he just sits there and meows. Finnegan. On the others, on the good side, silver lining about the Ozempic, I did lose 5 pounds, so at least that is a good thing. Oh, I tightened it too much. What the heck? I'll take care of it after. Alrighty, so now you get it even on both sides. You always want to chop a little bit inside, because, and you see we get the little circles. So of course you measure, don't eyeball it like me. Okay. Because you see, I'm not perfect in eyeballing, especially when I get an upset kitty. Okay, so I'm not going to use them like a chessboard now. I am going to just arrange them not entirely chaotically. Let's see, I want the because they will not, that tube is going to move around and roll around as you do stuff with it. And by the way, if you look in my extruder canes tutorial, you'll see that you can actually do this with a Skinner blend as well. One of those tutorials shows the Skinner blend. Finnegan, he just sits there and meows at me to come pick him up. And again, you don't have to combine 4 colors. It's entirely up to you how you decide to do this. I just wanted to see, for you to see how pretty it can be with all these, and how you can make themed, color themed retro canes. You don't have to mix a whole bunch of colors when you do, and they don't have to be in flashy colors. And I know this is not a classic retro cane in which you put a whole bunch of discs one on top of the other. It's one of the variations with special effects retro cane, but it's still a retro cane. It's an extruder cane, retro cane type of cane. Okay, so let me cut the wastage. Hey. And I would recommend that you don't super condition the clay before doing the extruder part. Or if you did condition very well the cane before doing the extruder part, then your best bet is to let it sit after you put it like that together like this, to let it sit for a little bit so it wouldn't be too soft and start getting distorted. And yes, you can use even the wastage, honestly. Cut this so you can see the okay, there we go. It's kind of sort of like little flowers, but it's more geometric than anything else. And so you can just put this together and then of course slice and make a pair of earrings or whatever you decide. But the thing is that you can use even the wastages, because let's say that you want to do a pair of earrings, but you want them to have also, you know, a little circle of something above. So all you got to do, or a rectangle, something, all you have to do is this. You can get all the wastage. And then we can get two. Let me see if I did enough for two. You can do this in round or in rectangle. Of course, you can make it smaller than what I did, or thinner than what I did here. It depends on what kind of. Hi, Diana. So, as you can see, that we get, this would be on top and extended. Of course, you can do this, and actually, if you do this, you can make something similar to a leopard skin if you change the colors. You know, I mean, obviously, it would look leopard skinish. But I would recommend that you use the Skinner blend. And one more time, let me link that. Okay. So this is the tutorial that shows you all kinds of tricks. It's like 4 different, I think there are 4 different, yeah, 4 different types of effects. This is the one that's with black and white, is the one that I used. And then the other ones are with Skinner blends, as you can see, and they come up absolutely beautiful. But again, you can use that, any of these, with your color combinations. But again, I would recommend that you use the pastels, because it's a very nice color combination, and it would fit. Of course, you can fit it with whatever your outfit is like. So you can see here I put actually 3 colors. Okay, so there is that, and I sure hope that you enjoyed it and you will try it with various color combinations. And again, I recommend that you try a pearlescent, and also that you try this in a Skinner blend instead of plain colors. I think it should look really nice, and that's why I give you the link, so you can see how the Skinner blend is done, how you do it when you use Skinner blends. So thank you so much, and at this point I'm not entirely sure, but it is possible that we'll have the other live again on a Monday. It all depends on how I feel. I'm going to take my shot Friday morning this time. So hopefully by Sunday at noon. But the only problem is that I don't know until about right before I'm supposed to start. I don't know how I'm going to feel. So I'll schedule it for Sunday at noon, but I'll try and figure out in the morning this time if I feel I'm able to do it or not, and if not, I'm gonna go on a Monday. And thank you so much for understanding, but this is something I have to go through, and it's not a pleasure. I would like to have my life back, but things happen, you know. So thank you so much, and I shall see you in a week. Love you all. Thank you so much. Bye.